Well, hey, this is health coach and business coach Alex McMillan here, and I'm very excited because I get a chance to interview the very wonderful friend of mine, Sam Prestenbach from Louisiana. She's a regional director with Take Shape for Life, and on top of that, she's getting a lot of people healthy, not only in her community, but now around the country as more people are being referred through their network. Well, what's great about this time that we're going to, this interview that we're going to do here is really to position ourselves for a very successful happy, healthy hour. And did I say that right? Because that word always confuses me. Did I?
Yeah, healthy happy hour.
Healthy happy hour. Yeah. Healthy happy hour. Yeah. I said happy healthy hour. All right. Yes. So with that said, Sam, thank you for being on this with me today.
Thank you for inviting me. It's always so much fun to just go back and forth with somebody as wonderful as you and our leader. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, let me set it up for what we can expect. You and I haven't really had a chance to talk before this, but the reason I asked you specifically to be on this is because you actually struggled with wanting to be in front of people in the past, and you actually weren't as organized to pull stuff like this off. And life is, you're a busy mom with 2 kids in their prime of being busy and all that, and you have another business that requires attention, and a husband who requires a lot of attention and other things. So I think you're the perfect person to be talking to.
Good. Yeah, the very perfect imperfect person.
That's right. Your chaos qualifies you for this, right? And one thing I love about Take Shape for Life is it really molds around our life. It really shapes around us. We don't have to try and fit into its box. However, it does stretch us and challenge us to grow. Have you found that over the last, how long have you been coaching, and have you found yourself growing personally at all?
Yeah, I have been coaching over a year now, about a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And in that amount of time, there's just been so many self-discoveries as a business professional, as a mom, as a wife, as a health coach, of course, and a leader. There's been so many things that I've learned. I don't even know really quite where to start. To sum it up, I could just quite honestly say my career is a personal trainer, and I've been a career personal trainer for 12 years. And really built a really great business doing so, and the area's top trainer. But what I realized with being involved in Take Shape for Life is that in all that time and the accolades I have as a personal trainer, I learned so much more in just a year and a half of being a health coach with Take Shape for Life than I've learned in 12 years of my personal training business. So, and that's it. It just stretches you in every way. Yeah. So I've learned how to be a mentor, how to actually be a leader, whereas I thought I was a leader before, but I actually had no clue what it meant to be a true leader. I learned how you really support people and how to be an empathetic support system for people instead of telling them what to do. And I learned that, most importantly, your dreams of success and, can be a reality with the right vehicle. So that just kind of sums it up really briefly, but of course I could go on and on.
Well, you know what? That is great. We can literally go into any of those areas because it's going to leave a lot of mystery of like, what does she mean? How was she not really leading before? And, it's interesting that sometimes you can seem like you're doing things because it's all you know. But once you know that new information, you go, wow, like, did you find that your eyes kind of got open?
Absolutely. I thought, just for instance, like say being a leader, as I own my own business, and I had, personal trainers under me for many years, but more so I thought as a leader, I guess, was more of a boss, telling people what to do and not fully embracing them and saying, what is your dream? What is your vision? What's your picture of incredible, and how can I help you?
Well, what you just did was you took it from, I tell you what to do, you do it, and you said, what do you want? I'll come alongside you and we'll work together. And that is huge. All right. Well, with that said, let's talk about the Healthy Happy Hour and how we can best set ourselves up. And the frame that I want to give for this is to picture that it's the day after the Healthy Happy Hour, and you're thinking, oh, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done that. And what's great is we get this hindsight 2020 conversation to happen now, because as we know, a lot of people are going to be doing their Healthy Happy Hour maybe tomorrow, or maybe they haven't had one. Maybe it'll be next week. Maybe it'll be a month. Okay? So with that, let's just talk a little about it. So based on your understanding at this moment in time, what is the Healthy Happy Hour, and what's it all about?
The healthy happy hour, off of my understanding, is a time where you can extend your culture to your clients and your community just to that next level. You know, beyond Facebook, beyond just meeting one person out for coffee and beyond your support calls, you actually open up either your home or you go to a coffee shop or somewhere where you can physically get together with people and truly just like breathe life into them, you know, the way that we would do with our clients, and show them what a real support system looks like, to empower people, to show them that there's a friendship here, to, you know, treat them to some maybe yummy food, and really just, again, teach them about our culture and what it is we really do, and physically getting together.
Well, I love it. You kept it real succinct, and it is. It's about introducing people into what it is we do and why we do it. And this is all our culture. This is the support we have. And asking them, is this attractive to you? Does this meet some of the needs and desires that you have? Does it make sense for us to do this together? And I love it. And no matter whether somebody wants to do that in their home or whether they want to go to, like you said, a local coffee shop or just any place where they can gather, you're there to actually show them. So let's talk a little bit about what actually happens at a Healthy Happy Hour. So what do you plan on doing at your Healthy Happy Hour?
Well, you know, typically what I do at my Healthy Happy Hour is it's just very casual and organic setting. You know, people, we get together and we talk and we celebrate, and, you know, I highlight people's success on program. I'll have clients there that are doing great, and it's one big huge pat on the back, you know, one big hurrah, look what this person's done, we're so proud of you, yes you can, you know, fest. It's awesome. And we get together, we talk, we support, we celebrate, we eat some good food, we hang out, we go home, and we feel good. Now with the National Discover Your Optimal Health Day being fused with the Healthy Happy Hour, there's, you know, a little more of a system to it than just that, which I don't know if you want to go into that just right now, or if you want to just talk about Healthy Happy Hours.
Yeah, well, I like what you're talking about. We can talk about National Discover Your Optimal Health Day in just a moment, because that's specifically what's happening right now. But in general, we'll leave this a little more timeless, because Healthy Happy Hours don't have to be on a specific day, right? They can be when you decide. So ultimately, I hear you saying it's a comfortable atmosphere for you to conversate with people, connect with them, and really share stories of success, to share stories of hope and health that are relatable to maybe some of the other people that are there that maybe haven't been able to have some of that hope and health in their life. At the same time, those that are getting a lot more hope in their life and a lot more health are being able to be recognized and being able to share their story and to acknowledge that they're on the right path, which sounds like you're really getting the best of both worlds there.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, I love it. And so right there, another thing I really want to encourage anybody who's listening to this is you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to sit there and talk at people for 30 minutes straight and try and figure out what you're going to say. Share stories of hope and health that you either have yourself for your own life, or you've had other clients have them share, ask questions. Also, if you don't have any of your own, utilize the ones that have already been posted on Take Shape for Life. Maybe pull up on your TV screen some of the before and after photos that are of other people and read their stories or get to know their stories. Maybe show the video of maybe Jen and Trey Bonner, or one of the Discover Your Optimal Health videos that Dr. Anderson or the Take Shape for Life has put together, where it highlights the hope and health of other people, their success, basically. Do you want to add anything to that?
No, yeah, the before and afters is so crucial. And, you know, we've done it different ways where you can have, you know, an actual photo album that maybe you can stream that to your TV. A lot of tech savvy people have the Apple iHome, whatever it is, you know, little box, and you can have stuff seamlessly streamed from your computer to your TV. You might actually have it set up on a computer, or you might just be more like me. I'm going to just print some pictures up and put them in a frame and set them around the counter and buy the food, and, you know, and just have them out as decoration, you know, more so. And those are talking pieces too. You know, a lot of people are not just going to walk in the door and be like, look at me, I've lost 50 pounds, you know, but they still really enjoy the celebration of their success at the same time. And so it's a way of honoring people and just showing what they've done.
Well, I love the fact that you went from high tech to low tech, and you're just keeping it low tech, and I'm not saying that we can't stream it, because we can. I mean, I have an HDMI cable that goes between my computer and my TV. I also have Apple TV where I can stream it over that, but we all have picture frames, or we can get them at the dollar store, right? We can all print some before and after photos right off of the Team Global Webinars page under the photos section. Those are amazing. And those are approved stories for our usage. And what's cool about that is, even though those people may not be your clients, they are following the same program and the same coaching, because we're completely duplicable. So that is cool. And you're taking success stories of people. And like you said, they're not just going to walk in and say, hi, my name's Barbara. I lost 50 pounds. But you can speak to the picture, or then maybe you can, ask, does anybody want to share what this has done for you? And they might raise, and maybe you prompt a couple people that are coming to be prepared to give their 1-minute success story about what was life like. So do you have a formula that you follow before I just kind of run into it for how you help people share their success story?
Yeah, it was before more of just in conversation, with our other past happy hours. It wasn't look at the clock, oh, let's start now. It was more of in mingling, patting somebody on the back and being like, hi, this is Angie, and I see you've been talking. Has she mentioned what she's done and what she's accomplished so far? Did you know that she lost 10 pounds in the past 2 weeks, and that she doesn't have insomnia anymore? I mean, how cool is that? Did she tell you that? And then while they're talking to these other people, everybody's like, what did you do? Huh? Tell me more. And so all of a sudden Angie perks up and it's like, yeah, let me tell you about what I've experienced and how much I love my coach and I love this program and how it's changed my life in just a few short weeks. And suddenly they're very interested and excited to tell people about what they've done.
Wow. I'm sitting here, and what people can't see, because the video only records who's speaking, they can't see me just getting excited about what you're saying. And so now that you can see me, let me just express what the reason why I'm excited is because you're talking about, like you kept mentioning, organic settings. Organic means you're not forcing it or putting any additives there. You're not trying to make it something it's not. And it's what you would do at a normal party, is talk about the things in life. In this case, you're focusing in on health as the topic, and you're walking up and saying, you're bragging on somebody. Just like you would be like, hey, this is my brother. He just did this triple backflip on his blah, blah, blah. You got to tell him about it, Joe. But what you're saying is that, hey, Angie just lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Did she tell you about that? She's not going to say that about herself. And then people are going to overhear. I'm just saying what you said. But what's awesome about it is that that's what Healthy Happy Hour is about. It's about exposing health in a happy way that leads to basically an amazing hour.
Yes. And we tell our clients, when you're just coaching somebody, we tell them celebrate every single success, every single success, non-scale victories, everything is a huge thing. And it's another way of teaching them also in that process that this is how you share, this is how you grow, and this is how you really take a hold of what you're doing. Is really, just sharing your story with people, but not putting them on the spot necessarily and say, go,
Well, you also dropped a really cool, what I would call health talk type of word in there. You dropped what I call the NSV bomb, non-scale victory. People who maybe haven't heard of that, is it's not just about weight loss, right? So a non-scale victory is, tell us a little bit about that.
So, the non-scale victories are actually the really grand things, I think, in the process of what we help people do. It's things like you pick up your 40-pound child easily, you jump out of bed in the morning and you're not tired, like you're excited about the day. You look in the mirror and you like what you see. It's everything other than just stepping on the scale and seeing that weight loss. It's everything, going to a restaurant and for the first time ordering vegetables and your healthy proteins and being totally satisfied with it and not even seeing the bread around you, not seeing that somebody's drinking a glass of wine, and just totally owning your journey. For me, it's just owning your journey. and being grateful to every positive thing that happens along the way. Or maybe you did have a glass of wine, but you usually have 2 glasses of wine a night, and this is the first glass of wine that you had in a month.
Mm.
So it's just celebrating life.
Wow, I love it. And so really the Healthy Happy Hour is an opportunity to celebrate life and support people. You know, I know you have a Facebook page that you help manage, and what's the name of that?
That is Support and Celebrate.
I love it. And it's life and success, right? That's what you're helping people do. And the Healthy Happy Hour is just an extension of that. It's another way for us to bring community together in a like-minded way. So you're going to have some healthy things. I've heard that some health coaches are going to be doing some hors d'oeuvres. I've heard that Take Shape for Life has encouraged to keep it simple as well, to where maybe it's just a couple different MetaFast meals that you might mix up a little type of a smoothie, or maybe cut up some bars and put those out. But what are you choosing to do for this next one coming up?
I'm a big cook, and so for me, it's no big deal to whip up one quick recipe and have it, for people to eat, along with some simple hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that, So for me, every time I have a get-together, I usually cook at least just one thing. And I pick something that is, of course, compliant and on program, and that anybody would be able to eat, whether they're on the 5-in-1 or they're transitioning. And what I do is I also share that recipe. So whatever I cook, I have the recipe printed out so that they then can take that home and implement that into their program. So I plan on cooking one healthy recipe, cauliflower rice with some chicken and onions and stuff in it, really simple. And I'll have that recipe. And then I'll have like some ready to drink shakes, some stuff to sample, and maybe like some bars and stuff cut up as well, water. But that's, as far as food goes, we keep it pretty simple, other than, me cooking one thing.
Got it. And so, I know people are curious about the recipes and those kind of things. So those of you who are like, wow, we share those things on our Support and Celebrate page, different recipes from time to time. But what I love is that you're saying you keep it simple. You're doing what works for you. And for some people, that may just be having a shake pitcher made up, and then maybe they're pouring little tiny cocktails of the triple berry smoothie, and they have some bars cut up. For another person who enjoys cooking or has the resources to supply some appetizers, you're going to be able to do that and serve little bite sizes. It sounds to me, though, I'm just kind of getting a sense, is the focus on the food, or is the focus on the stories? What do you find that you're emphasizing with this healthy happy hour?
I think what helps me feel the most confident about actually wanting to host my parties is breathing my story into my parties. And so part of my story was for me to be able to have total nutritional rehab was learning to love food again in a new way. And that was healthy recipes. And so when I'm having my parties, that is a theme, a common theme is, guess what? Healthy food is delicious, and we should love food, and we should celebrate food. It is life, but let's talk about, switching what we celebrate about food. And guess what? Did you know that this is like delicious? So that is a theme in my parties because it's a part of my story, and I'm very open about sharing my story with all my clients and people that I meet. But I guess, the real focus is the stories, is going to be the people who are changing their lives, and the people coming that we may not be on program that want to know how to change their lives and where to start.
I like it. Well, let's just wrap this up with a couple of the how do you kind of close out the evening? What do you say to people after it sounds like you've served some really neat, healthy, happy foods. It sounds like you've had some stories and shared some successes there. You've had some pictures around. People are mingling. You've given them pats on the back. You've acknowledged their non-scale victories. You've got some really great conversation going on, co-mingling. How does the night wrap up? What do you do?
Yeah, I could use some help there, actually, because we just start having fun, and it's not that I want to get rid of anybody or anything like that, but we just get to talking, and it's difficult for me to keep it within the hour, that's for sure. Things that I just from past experience that I know might help me a little bit more is, getting into the crowd a little quicker and starting to facilitate those conversations sooner, whereas, it's kind of been delayed. So starting right at 7 o'clock, start my mingling, start talking to people, start connecting. And then that way towards the end, an hour of conversation has passed and everybody's already been talking about what the main focus is for that length of time. We just thank everybody for coming, let them know when the next one is because we do them every month, and share with everyone that's interested in starting their journey, that we'd love to support them and that we can, set up phone calls for whoever is interested in learning more about our program. So, but I could use definitely a little more direction in that area.
Well, what I like the most is that you talked about creating making it very comfortable for people. They feel safe in the environment. There wasn't a big sales pitch. I'm hearing it's more about just enjoying each other and enjoying health and exposing health in a positive way. And that at the very end, you're just thanking people for coming and letting them know that, you'd be happy to follow up with them about how they can get healthy too if they're ready for that. Do you actually make that as an announcement to people, letting them know for those who want to get healthy, we'll follow back up with you or we can connect?
I don't make like a group announcement, but I make a note mentally, of the new people there and the people that I would like to help, or if they were there with other coaches, to go around to each and every one of those people before they leave and let them know that personally.
Yeah. Well, I love it. Sometimes people have parties where they might have a guest book where people sign in, so you can just thank the people for coming and just say, sign our guest book. If they bring a guest of their own, they can write down who their guest was and they can be the primary contact. Those are really great ways to follow up with people that might be new that you didn't know because maybe you started getting people bringing other people. Like you said, making mental notes and then maybe having a place to go behind the corner and write down who you want to follow up with. Maybe you see somebody's body language or a certain way, and maybe the next day it's just saying, it was so great to have you. Did you enjoy yourself? Some of that. Do you find that are you doing most of the work then as far as helping people get started after the event and not so much, you're not trying to really start them at the event?
Yeah, most of it's after. And for me personally, to be able to start gaining the confidence and the confidence to start doing these events, my approach, and this is what I love about Take Shape for Life so much, is they let you have your own journey. And you hear the top leaders like you and Craig and Tia Wood and Ashley Miller and Brad, you hear all these people saying brand, culture, lead with your heart. And so that made me feel very comfortable in my presentations or my parties and being like, it's going to be an organic approach. And that I know that we could evolve to where we are actually doing a presentation, where we're actually handing out stuff, and we have forms, quick order forms where we're filling them out that night. And I feel like it will evolve into that. Like there will be events that we do that I end up doing that. But in the time being, the healthy happy hours are really just connection for me. Like making that eye contact, meeting the person, letting them know that, I really do care about what I do. I really do care about helping people. And then I'm okay with using that monthly success tracker, putting their name on there and just loving on them for however long it takes for them to decide to get healthy.
That's brilliant. What you just said is giving them just, again, connecting in the relationship, finding out what they want to say yes to, putting them on that success tracker so to follow up and follow through with them and move them towards health and help them to, because if they're somebody who's ready, they're going to chase you down and throw their credit card at you, right? They're going to say, hey, this, I don't know what it is you guys are doing exactly. I want it. Sign me up, right? But there's going to be other times where you just create the relationship and that connections process. All right.
Exactly.
Well, do you have anything else that you would just feel like we just need to know about the Healthy Happy Hour, or any other things that are super important to make sure that you hit? Again, the Healthy Happy Hour hasn't happened yet. You're kind of thinking hindsight, ooh, I wish I would have told them, or I wish I would have said. Is there anything off the top of your head?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like these are crucial to any Take Shape for Life business, whatever your approach may be, whether it's like mine where you're more organic and making a connection, or you're actually, you're just a natural presenter and you're just knocking these out and doing a presentation, program presentation. Either way, I think the key is consistency. Have these parties booked out every month for 12 months. For me personally, it was just a matter of picking the same day each month. And so for me, with the exception of the National Discover Your Health Day, mine are the first Friday of every month. And now everybody that comes to my parties knows, oh, Sam's Healthy Happy Hour is the first Friday, every month. And so it's booked out. I have Facebook events and you invite people. So it's, again, culture, so now I'm creating a culture of this is a regular thing. We are going to hang out and enjoy each other's company each month, and you don't have to wonder, when's the next one's going to be. So even if you haven't set up your dates or decided that yet, have decided by the time you have your first party, and let everyone know as they're leaving, hey, I enjoyed this so much. I'm going to do it again, this date every month, or here's the date. Type it up and send it with them if you have to.
Wow. What I like the most is you've talked about whether somebody's a natural presenter or they're just getting started, be consistent. And you know what? You started off in a place where it wasn't going to be a big presentation. You kind of like, I don't want to do any salesy thing at all. Not that presenting is salesy at all, but that you enjoy that, and then you can follow up with people. If somebody does have a great presentation skill, they know how to move people towards choosing help, great. You can do that, and then the people who aren't ready then, you can still follow up with them. But the key, you said, is get started, start doing it, and then be consistent. Wow. Because that is, so many people don't start because they're afraid of I'm not perfect yet. Were you perfect when you did your first one?
No, in fact, that's why I do cook. That's why I started cooking, because I felt like, this is how I can give to my clients. And it took a little pressure off of me, actually. It was my style, my culture. I was so nervous. I didn't sleep the night before my first one. I got up at 4 a.m. that morning to start cooking for a party that wasn't until later. It was, I was so nervous, but the more that I do it, the more incredible I feel, the more I feel like I'm giving back, and actually the more that my business grows too.
I like it. I think people, if they take the barrier of fear down, and it's just a chance to get to know people and relate, then you're probably going to invite a lot more people, because you're not worried that I'm going to try and over pitch them and try and get them to do something they're not ready for. And
right.
For those of you who have people coming that you've made great connections with and they are ready, so be it. They're going to get started. Well, I really don't want to drag this on further than it needs to, because I think we've covered so many great things. At this point in time, I want to thank you, Sam, just for pouring out your successes that you've had. And I like that you also said that there's a lot of things you can grow in and work on. We all can. I mean, personally, I've got areas that you've just given me that I'm like, whoa, I'm going to take that right there to the health bank. Yeah. So with all of you who are watching this webinar and you're thinking, what did that mean? And she said something about that, or he said something about this. You can always get back to your mentor and ask them, what does that mean? And how do I do that? And I need more coaching or support in that area. And then work with your mentor coach. If it's me, great. If it's Sam, great. If it's someone else, get back with them. And let's keep this going. And let's make this not just a healthy happy hour, but a healthy happy year. So thank you so much, Sam. And to all of you, as Dr. Anderson encourage us, what do we say, Sam? Let's get America.
Let's get America healthy. He says a lot of great stuff, okay?
I love it. He does. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.